Hello, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies. We have a collective general message today, and the energy that I'm picking up on is really good. It's really good. It's very expansive. It's very positive. It's very creative. And there's like this little sparkly delight all mixed in with it. And the message that is coming along with this energy, which I believe this is coming across from your team. I'm not really getting ancestral energy with this. I'm getting more guides, angels, patrons, whoever you are working with on your spiritual or energetic team. This is a message from them to you in that whoever you are working on something magical. You are in the process of creating something, and that could look a whole bunch of different ways. I'm not getting anything super specific in this message. It's possibly some sort of business, product, service. When we turn to the cards, we might get a little bit more specific details on what this could be for a certain percentage of the group. But whatever this is, it is magical. And yes, it is your purpose, but what I'm getting here, this little snag in the energy, it's actually not in the external energy at all. It is not any problem with what you are attempting to do. It is that there is some self-doubt here. There's self-doubt, I think, perhaps in, well, I'm really nobody. Who am I to be doing this thing? And also for some of you, it's that you have already started the process of working on whatever this is going to be, and you're in some self-doubt because things are going very slowly, or there's like a certain trajectory, right? You'll have like a little up, a fluctuation, and then it'll come back down, whatever the energetic feedback is for you, whether that is customers or followers or whatever it is, you are feeling like I'm working here and putting in the time, attention, energy, and love, and this is going fairly slow, like things are at a trickle. Am I doing something wrong? No, you are not doing a thing wrong. What is attempting to be imparted here is that the pace at which you are getting feedback, like in the form of customers or requests or followers or engagement in general with whatever it is that you're working on, this is being paced specifically for you so that you can calibrate your own energetic self, your emotional self, your psychological self, your spiritual self to whatever is going to come in, as well as your material space. Like whatever process is going on right now, it is being tailored to whatever success you are going to experience. So just because something is slow right now, that is actually to your benefit. This is like the calibration phase, essentially, because if a whole bunch of stuff came in right now, a lot of y'all would back off from it completely. It would be way too much, and you would just be knocked out of whatever you want to do. And whatever you are doing, it wants to happen. Like, these are very magical things. These are very positive things. They are going to bring people a lot of delight and joy and comfort. So I think what this team, this assembly is trying to get me to say to you is, please do not think you are doing anything wrong. Please do not give up. If you are feeling very strongly about what you're doing, please keep doing it, because people want whatever it is that you are going to do. They might not know it yet. It might take a little bit of time to build up that momentum, but once you do, things are going to be going a lot more smoothly for you. You are going to have more of the results that you want that is coming in at a specific time, specifically for your health and benefit. And I want to read to you a piece of scripture that actually helps me when I'm feeling doubt about my purpose or what I'm doing or what I'm creating, what I'm writing. So if you are really not about scripture, if you have any sort of religious trauma that will be activated by that, please just skip ahead. I usually have the verse and the book and stuff written somewhere around here, so just skip until you see that just blip off the screen, okay? But if you're gonna hang with me for this scripture, I find it very beneficial and I tend to revisit it often. You, Solomon, my son, know the God of your father and serve him with a perfect heart and a willing mind. For Yahweh searches all hearts and understands all of the imaginations of the thoughts. If you seek him, he will be found by you. But if you forsake him, he will cast you off forever. Take heed now, for Yahweh has chosen you to build a house for the sanctuary. Be strong and do it. Okay, now I know some of that is a little bit of a harsh energy there, especially the bit about, like, if you forsake him, he will cast you off forever. Like, I know that for people who aren't parsing the Bible in their own way, some of that can feel very like, we're coming down on you hard. But to soften that, basically what that scripture means to me is that if it is in your heart, if it is in your mind, if you're feeling strongly about it, if it fulfills you, if it is of benefit, then be strong and do it. It is there for a reason. It's not just you that thought of that. That was perhaps divine inspiration, or perhaps you were picking up on thoughts from the collective, oh, I really want this thing. Oh, I wish somebody was talking about it this way. If it came to you, and if it has stayed with you, and it is so strong that you want to act on it, do not doubt that it is your purpose. You have been chosen to do this thing. There is nothing for you to do, but understand that, be strong and do it. And the forsaking stuff, that's just sort of like, if you ignore your own inspiration and intuition, then nothing's going to come of it. You need to bring this through. We need to be the change we want to see. That's more of it. It's not that if you don't act on your inspirations, like, there's going to be punishment and you're never going to have a thought or an inspiration again. It doesn't work that way. You will continue to have those things, and purposes tend to change and develop as we go. So don't worry if during your process all of this adapts and evolves and maybe becomes something different than what you originally envisioned it to be. So if you were a little bit put off by that part of the passage, I completely understand, but I just wanted to soften that maybe a little bit for you if you have problems doing that yourself. And so this channeled part of the message is pretty brief because there's not a lot of problems going on here. I'm thinking this is hopefully going to be a hype message. And if anything that is an issue for certain people does show up, it's going to show up in the cards. So I've already shuffled everything. Let's get into the reading. This is wonderful. And I was wondering why I was being called to use this deck. I don't tend to start with oracles or anything like that. And while I love those cards, they're huge. And I rarely use them day to day to work with, but I get it. When the energy calls for it, I use what they want me to use, and I can see why for this particular message. So to start very generally, what's in the cards here is you are fine to work on this. Like this portal here, this safe passage, this is for you to be building this. Whatever you're doing right now, the whole thing like has some sort of protection over it. This wants to happen. In the doing of whatever it is you're doing, not only will you expand, but you, when you are doing this, when it eventually launches, when you start talking about it, you are going to help others to expand and extend themselves and assist the collective with reaching places within themselves and maybe even within material accomplishment that they have not been able to access before, that they have not been able to reach without these things that you are working on. And I know that sounds very like high-minded, but please believe me that even if it's just something as simple as a little app that does something that makes you laugh, just a cute little thing, you really never know what it is that is going to set people on fire. You don't know what it is that's going to make someone change their mind, to decide, I can go on for another day. And not only that, I feel better. I feel better than when I did before. You have no idea who you are touching with what you are doing. even in the very, very beginning stages, even if it's not apparent to you, those energies are being circulated within the collective, and these feel like very, very wonderful energies. So please continue doing whatever it is you're doing, even if you're not seeing the results. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it already. And other intuitives and people who are open to channeling this stuff are going to feel it. So please believe whatever you're doing, even if it is not big right now, it is already large on the subtle realms, okay? What I think this is saying is these roots, these branches, you are in foundational work right now with whatever it is that you're creating. Perhaps you're in your, I'm planning my schedule, I'm figuring out my system. Perhaps some of you are even looking at physical locations if you're at that phase. But right now what's going on is that things are being rooted down within you or maybe within the space so that they can grow outward and become that network, that ecosystem that will be what is drawing in customers, clients, audience members, whoever, right? So let's get a little bit more in depth on each of these cards. We're starting with Safe Passage. Interesting. Whatever this is, it's going to create a lot of energy. I just looked under that deck for this. It's going to create a lot of, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Y'all, whatever you're making, oh my gosh. Whatever you're making, I don't care how small it is, it's life-changing. And it is going to bring you through a life-changing process. This death card is whatever process you're implementing right now. Not only is it changing things in your environment, it is changing you, and it is also going to change other people for the better, because the energy from which you are, oh, I've got chills. I've got chills. The energy from which you are creating is this Queen of Cups energy. Whatever you are creating right now, it is being created out of love. It is being created out of fulfillment. And when we do that, that is the energy that gets amplified. You are going to be filling so many people up. Please do not doubt that. So many people need that. So many, and so many people need to understand, if this is especially something you're working on that is teaching people and helping people fill their own cups, find their own fulfillment, authenticity, happiness. This is something people need. I don't care how small it is. And I don't care if you feel like things are going slowly for you right now, you're in fast energy. Whatever things look like materially to you, you are headed straight for where you want to go. Don't doubt it. So whatever is going on right now, it is on purpose. It is absolutely on purpose for you, because whatever this is, it needs to come through. People always say, like, here's the thing, I've been cutting out like me scratching my nose itches, and I see other readers going like, ooh, my nose itches, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, there's a lot of allergens in this space at times, so I really don't know what nose itching means. I tend to only go with energetic bodily sensations, but if nose itching means something positive, look, I've been itching my nose like crazy, I've just been cutting it out, so we'll take the nose itching, all right? Hopefully the side isn't like, oof. I'm sensing some of you might have some stress too if you're sitting like hunched, especially if this is social media based and you're at your computer all the time, y'all. If you have access to it, please maybe consider like some type of massage or regular stretching, because I can feel like hunched, like you're carrying your stress in your shoulders and neck. So if you can work on the ergonomics of your space or implement some self-care in that area. Also, hopefully, if you see this message, it will help you release some of that stress, because this is definitely like confirmation and hype, I think. So we're on extend, expand now. Clarifying, extend, expand. And you know, there are always growing pains. if you like going out of comfort zone type of stuff, facing challenges, it's not that there's not going to be anything here for you to work through, but don't let it dissuade you. This is like good stretching. When you're stretching and it's like you're getting that pain in a good way, right? It's like you're stretching out whatever discomfort there is. Whenever we exit our comfort zones, we get uncomfortable, but it's not a bad discomfort. It is helping you become the person who can embody all of this. Y'all are worried about, I think, external judgment, external criticism. What are people gonna say? You're not sure, and it's kind of keeping you in this closed place. You are very unsure. I don't even get the sense that anybody currently in your energy is judging you or is saying anything to you. I think you're like anticipating judgment and negative comments, and it is holding you back. I don't think you've stopped activity entirely, but it's sort of like that's not really conducive to flow. Worrying about something that hasn't happened yet, while I believe it's completely normal, like I do that as well, this is just sort of like, this is the snag. Like this is the biggest problem that is going on right now, and it's almost essentially not a problem. It's just a little bit of doubt in the face of this uncertainty. But what I'm also seeing from this Judgment and this Temperance card is that you have energetic support here. This Judgment, like this is your calling. Be patient. Continue creating what you are creating. Do not worry about what other people are thinking or might say or whatever. Don't let that make you the hermit. Be the hermit in the good way, you know, self-reflect, but don't cloister yourself. Don't cloister yourself from your calling, okay? Let's clarify roots and branches. Whatever you're doing, it's on point, okay? You know. Whatever you think you know, yes, you know it. Cards are hopping. That's that bubbly energy that I'm picking up. Ooh, yeah, you're bringing balance to the force, baby. I can't wait to see what y'all are doing. You know what's wild? I'm putting the DJ Khaled image on this thumbnail because literally this is suffering from success. That's what's happening here in this Roots and Branches. And it's why things are going slow right now. It's literally like you are steadily going forward with the truth. Whatever your vision is, it is clear vision. You're taking that steady action and you are headed for imminent success. Like all this cheering, applauding, whatever is going on, you are going to be seen. And then we go into the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups. So it's almost like you're scared of the negative feedback, but then when you get the positive feedback, it's almost worse. And you know what? I get that. Why? Because when we get that, it's almost like there's an expectation now. There's pressure. You've been doing this all on your lonesome and releasing it, and the little negative expectations, you know, that's manageable, right? Well, maybe people just won't like it. Maybe people won't be interested in it, and I just will go unnoticed. That's one thing. That can hold you up in your process some, but ultimately, going unnoticed, while it can suck, it does not create the same sorts of issues as being noticed does. So that is why things are being paced the way they are, and why you are getting this warning from me right now. Understand that you are going to likely get way more positive attention from this than negative. And I think you're going to be feeling the pressure. I think possibly the way you are getting through your process right now is to diminish yourself, diminish what the results are going to be for you, which, okay, but then when the actual success comes in, it's going to have the potential to throw you off. And I also don't see any like strong halts in here, but I want to see what this success is and specifically why it's got you in some stress here and also in grief. What I'm thinking about this grief, I've got a little inkling about this. Listen, we've all heard the phrase, success changes people. I do not get the impression that when this success comes in, it is going to change you for the worse. However, unfortunately, sometimes when we experience success, the people around us can also change. And not everyone that you know personally, because I'm feeling like this grief is something that's close to your heart. Not everyone's going to be supportive of you. And it will be the people that you least expect usually. Not everyone is going to be happy for your success. They might have supported your projects in their infancy, but then when they really see you take off, sometimes it has people feeling certain ways. There's jealousy, there's why not me, why them? And unfortunately, we just have to let those people go. And it's not necessarily a permanent, you need to get out of my life. It's just that for the situation, some people may be consumed by their own jealousy. And for their own health and yours, you need to separate for a while. It doesn't mean that you can't come back together later and reunite and be in forgiveness when everybody's recalibrated. But for some people, it may be a permanent letting go of certain friendships and relationships. But what I want to tell you is that that does not mean you have done anything wrong. This is just something that happens when, particular energies come in, and you will have continued support, and not just from, potentially if you are getting fans or whatever, if it's that level, right? You will have people within your community, within your family, within your friend group that will be able to be steadfast and who will be able to celebrate you. But, it's an unfortunate truth about success. People think that success is just something that is all around good, but success is drastic change. And drastic change can be very challenging to handle. So just know that if you start getting stressed out about this success, that's completely normal. And hopefully we will get some advice to help you move through that and maybe some details about what that is. So let's clarify this moon, this uncertainty. I really am feeling that this is just you in self-doubt right now. Like kind of looking at your material world and going, I don't know. There are also moon phases depicted on the expansion card. Yeah. And I think what that is attempting to point out to you is that all of this has a particular phase. It all has a season, and we are in a particular season. We are in a particular phase, but we are going to come to, full, and then the cycle, of course, will start again. So we've got the Hangman on this. You're like looking at this. I just think you're looking at this and feeling like, am I doing something wrong? I'm like hung up here. Nothing's happening. Like, I'm not sure. Don't doubt it. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what it looks like. You are going directly for it. The Chariot is back again. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Now, this Five of Swords, are they actually facing criticism now? Is this internal energy? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, this is you. This is just you taking your action and going inside. This is something you're going inside about. You're getting in your own head. And I think possibly you feel like whatever self-judgment you're inflicting on yourself is likely perhaps wise, or that, I'm just trying to be realistic about the situation. And I don't think so. I think this is just something you can let go of, because it looks pretty harsh. Like whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking negatively right now, you might not feel like it's harsh to you. It is harsh to your being. Like it's borderline, like what abusive person do you have in your head right now? Who is the hater in your head? Please let that person go. Yeah. This is just self-doubt. This is just worry. Don't, like, where are my things? Like, where is this? Like, it's not here. Don't worry. Don't worry. And then this Judgment. Okay. I think what's going on here, this Judgment that you're worried about, because this is some sort of like external thing. You're worried about this thing judging you, like putting the eye on you. I think this is the peanut gallery, commenters, or just like, how are the people in general going to respond? However, and this I think is connected to this Five of Swords energy, there is some sort of figure that was either around you or is still around you. This is someone who either had a very direct amount of authority around you. It might be a father, it might be a mother, but this is someone who is in some way very judgmental and very tyrannical. And some of this Five of Swords energy, I would be willing to bet it might not be coming from this person in the present. I don't get that. But whoever this person is or was to you, that is the hater in your head. And this is the person that you don't want to listen to, okay? What you are creating right now is divinely inspired. Okay, so let's just dismiss this little head tyrant. And if you are still around this person, I would say either get away from them entirely or minimize your time. Okay, like, they are not the authority in this situation here. We are now operating under a higher authority, okay? What is this success? What is this adulation? And I get that this is probably going to be like your first boost. Yep. Five of Swords is back. Whatever this is, it's going to have you feeling really good after a lot of hard work that you have been doing. You are going to have some form of your wish fulfillment here. And then I see this Five of Swords back. And you know, the Nine of Swords was under this, and that Five of Cups. Can I get anything more? They're saying it's going to be mentioned in the other cards. So let's see that Nine of Swords. Because I don't know if you've actually attracted some haters. It's possible. That's also pretty normal. You are suffering from success. Okay, yeah. People are excited about whatever you're doing. You are going to have offers coming into you. People are going to be fighting over you. There is going to be some type of drama about this, and it is going to stress you out some. Suffering from success, okay? Now let's see this Five of Cups, because I guarantee you the Five of Swords is linked to that. What are they losing here? What is this loss? Y'all, to be honest with you, I don't know what you're crying about here. I really don't. I might have to clarify that like Five of Swords energy, because I'm asking what you're losing. And really what I'm getting is maybe it's a sense of loss about your own identity. Because there's no like tricks going on here. This success, whatever it is, like this grief is surrounding a particular offer that's coming in for you to potentially collaborate with other people in, you know, your realm. And this is going to be very fulfilling for all of you. It is also like part of everyone's calling. It's going to be coming in quickly after, you know, whatever big thing happens with you, and you're going to get particularly passionate communication from someone who, like, this is potentially an investor or someone who has other people under them who they are just wanting to work together, and somehow you're going to be involved. So, you know, with change does come grief. So, all I can tell you is that this is the best sort of scenario to be feeling grief over. Let me look at this Five of Swords, because I don't know what to offer you as advice here, other than it's normal to have that, to have those feelings of sadness going through change. It's perhaps maybe this collaboration isn't going to be with the people who you thought it was going to be with, but like, this is in no way a bad thing. What is this Five of Swords? Yeah, I think there's maybe someone in particular who, it might be this Emperor energy. It's sort of like, no matter what you do, you are never going to impress them, so don't worry about them. Like, even in the face of your success, that hater in your head, or if it's someone who's in your life, you might be in a way where you think like, oh, well, this will show them, right? Like, they're finally going to give me the gold star that I've always wanted from them. No, they are not. They absolutely are not, but it doesn't matter because you've got all of this amazing stuff. So please, I am begging you, let that person and their opinion go, because it is going to essentially rain on your parade, and there's no reason for it. There's a problem with this person over here, and we can be in compassion for whatever they went through that sort of groomed them into that particular mentality, but it does not need to affect you in the way that it is affecting you by any means at all. So this has been such a nice reading. What is their best advice? Because y'all are doing all the right stuff. Just be prepared, okay? Be prepared when the stuff comes in. And I can't wait to see what y'all make, okay? If y'all do end up seeing this at some point in time where this is happening for you, please let me know, because I want to check it out. I love magical stuff that's going to expand me. And the energy is real good, so keep following your passion. It's going to change the world. Literally, it's going to change the world. And whatever, I actually get more toasting energy from that, but let me check. Because it's the Five of Wands, but I feel like I'm not getting like blocked energy from it. It actually looks like they're toasting you in this particular thing, but that could also be that sort of like commotion or drama that's going to be caused from your success. Like, whatever you're doing, it is going to cause some sort of reaction within the community spaces that you're in. So don't be scared of that. Don't be scared. Or, you know, be scared, but don't let the fear hold you back. Yes, I actually like this. I like this. So keep following your passion. You're going to change the world. And let me tell you something. When what you are doing is going to change the world in some way, expect some drama. Expect some drama from the established order. I don't care if the established order is having some drama. The established order needs to be shaken up. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because I and everyone else who is currently behind me trying to get this message through is absolutely here for it.